Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. I do appreciate it. Today I thought I'd make a quick video of my motocross track located in New Hampshire. Obviously I'm a little bit older now. Wish I had this when I was younger, but I put this track in about 4 years ago, 2019 I think, so 4 or 5 years ago. And I own 70 acres of land here, and the track's it's on about 10 or 11 acres. It goes through that. It's not quite that much, but it covers that much ground. So the dirt is kind of a hybrid dirt for New England. It's actually got quite a bit of clay in it. We usually don't see a lot of that. And obviously all the bad weather we've had up here, it feels like it's been raining all summer, so a lot of the track is washed out, and right now it's not in the best shape. But I figured I'd give you one quick lap around the track on the ATV and just kind of show you what's possible with with an excavator and a small tractor. So here we go. So there you have it. That's one quick lap around the track. Obviously it needs some weed whacking and some maintenance, but overall pretty fun track. Once you get a track, there's a couple things I would say. You don't need 70 acres. I mean, you can make something that you can improve your skills on with an acre, but obviously I think 3 acres is great, 5 acres, but you know, you don't have to go crazy either. The biggest thing is, I think a lot of people underestimate how much dirt it actually takes to make jumps and make obstacles that you want to do. And then obviously, you know, depending on what your goals are, you know, it is worth going to a track and paying 40 or 45 bucks and riding for the day for sure, because once you start putting maintenance in. But you know, diesel fuel costs money, time costs money, but you can have a pretty good moto track with you know, with minimal property and something that's going to improve your skills, right? So whether it's a simple turn track or, you know, a woods loop through the woods, anything that gets you out riding more frequently and easier is going to be a benefit. Now, I will tell you, you know, if I have 3 buddies come over and ride, this place gets chewed up like in a matter of days, like 2 days, it's toast. And it will take, you know, a good 6 or 8 hours to fix it. And you always have to have dirt available. You probably can't see it, but behind that set of doubles is a big pile of dirt, and that dirt just keeps dwindling away as I have to fill in ruts or as rain washes stuff away. And that's the other big thing I think people you know, don't always consider, and it's probably the most important element of a track. Despite all the rain we've had, you've seen I only have a few wet spots left, and that's because I put like 67 hours into this track this spring, you know, changing the low spots and accounting for drainage is so important. So even over here where I'm looking kind of in this opened up field section, I actually filled quite a bit of the track, removed a bunch of the obstacles, widened it, and made it on a slight slope for that exact reason, for the rain. And that way when it rains, you know, you can come out and ride. Now I still have a few spots after the whoops, for example. That's kind of an area that floods a little bit, and it floods because there's a couple holes dug for dirt, and when those fill up, they spill onto the track. So I need to raise that area like a foot with dirt and dig that hole deeper. But overall, I mean, it is nice to have your own track. You do have to think about water, right? In the spring it's great, and in the fall it's great, but in the summer this year we've been lucky because there's so much rain you can't ride anyway, but because it's too muddy. But you know, the dirt looks pretty good today, save for out in that section out there, you know, but you do have to consider watering and all that. But there's simple ways around that too. You can put a 50-gallon drum on the back of an ATV and poke some holes in it, and you know, keep the dust down that way too. But I guess you know, what I would say is, you know, if you're going to have a track, keep in mind that you don't need a lot to get better. But if you want something, you know, something of size that you can continue to improve and upgrade, you know, plan to spend some money and some time. And then, you know, what's your time worth? So for me, we live on the property, so you know, now that the track is in, it's a lot about picking rocks and maintaining the jumps and stuff like that. And to be honest, I haven't even ridden this track more than like 3 times this summer. So, you know, net, it would be a waste to have the track, but I will pick that up now that the rain has stopped some. As I say that, it's raining a little bit now, but you know, in terms of just having some nicer weather to get out and ride it where it's not all slop, because if you do ride them in the rain, they get chewed up pretty good. So anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Let me know in the comments, you know, if you have a track or if you're thinking about one. And you know, you'd be surprised at what you can do. It's not the best tool for the job. Like ideally you'd want a dozer and, you know, an excavator and a front end loader to really move some dirt. But I have a Kubota tractor, and I pretty much groom the whole track, change everything around with just that tractor. We rented a pretty large excavator when we built the track to move, you know, trees, stumps, rocks, and move massive amounts of dirt at that time. But you can do it on the down low. One of the other great tools, I think, is a skid steer, right? Like a compact track loader. Those are also really good, but those are more for, you can do a lot. It's just you don't have a lot of bucket capacity. So those are great for tuning a track up. But, you know, a Kubota tractor, any old tractor that has a front end, loader on it, you'd be surprised what you can do. And you know, again, if it's about getting out and riding more than, you know, a turn track, that's one of the things. There's actually one in this field section that's grown in right now. You can't see it in the video, but there is a small turn track right in here that I put in this spring, and it just helps with, you know, if I want to practice riding ruts or you know, getting corner speed entry better or exits. You know, a turn track can be some of the funnest stuff too. The other option you always have is you know, renting a small like field from someone. So depending on where you live, you might have access to farmland, and if you're in a rural area, that's sometimes a better option than buying your own land. So anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for tuning in.